Kit Carson, M21 CRKT. Okay, this is Tolstoy Kafkevsky here, and I'm going to bring you a review of one of the latest decks that came for me in the mail. By Theory 11, we have the Sentinels playing card deck. I saw a very good review of this on YouTube, and I was interested, in the promotional that was done by Theory 11 to promote this. They showed a lot of interesting cardistry, card tricks, card maneuvers that were being done, and I was quite impressed. Maybe I was just wowed a little bit, too much by it. It kind of brought me right back to that, like, Pokemon feeling, you know what I mean? It was like, ever since you stopped being 13 or 10 or 9 or whatever, television couldn't just go, hey, kids, beg your parents, doesn't this look cool, fun? Like, they couldn't do that anymore. Well, that brought me right back to that feeling of, must buy, must have, just because they made it look cool. And these are cool, actually. So Theory 11, who does cardistry cards, high-grade playing cards made for prestidigitation, and possibly you could be using them for playing cards, brings you the Sentinels deck. This is a deck kind of based off of, not really conspiracy theories, but ancient symbology, if that's a word, symbols. I mean, clearly on the back you've got this really obvious allusion to the dollar bill. You have the one eye on the pyramid, and you have a whole bunch of symbols, actually, that I'm not really going to understand, and I can't really analyze for you. This is really an amateur's. I'm not a cardist, as you know. I just practice a little bit of fun with these, have a little fun with my cards. So I can't tell you too much about them, but here is, you got a couple of knives or daggers right here, and that can represent power. Hell if I know. On the top, you have Sentinels. You can read that. You probably can't because of the crappy focus on my camera. Sentinels is designed by, looks like it says Hatch SF. That's SF Hatch. It's probably the artist. There's probably something I should know about that. Made in the USA. It has MMX written right there. Actually, that little number, you can't even see it on the camera. Well, there you can. There's like a little box right there. It says MMX. Fire. Symbol of, I guess, the globe. Looks like a drop of water and something else. I don't know. A lot of symbolism I'm probably not going to get in this. But I think maybe sometimes you just tune in to hear me talk. So I figured I'd review this. Why not? Maybe get a few extra reviews on my belt in case there's a rainy day comes when I can't make reviews. Now I'm going to be honest, I already opened this up and played with it a little bit, and I did not return it to the order that it shows up in at my doorstep, which is in, Joker, Aces, baby, and it goes through all of them lined up. You have to shuffle them yourself. So this is mildly shuffled. And as you can see right here, the first card that I have here is the 10 of Hearts. The quality on this, you really can't see it, but there's like a little outline of gray around this one pip. The pips on these are okay. Normally I don't like Theory 11's work because they don't make interesting art for all the cards. Sometimes they'll just make interesting alt art on the court cards, and I'm like, if you're gonna go all the way and do art on, the court card, why not go all the way and do it on, all of them, change the colors on all of them, make a really new and interesting artistic expression with these cards. It's not impossible, and some artists and companies have produced those, and I think they're getting into the swing of things. They're starting to realize to do that more, and this deck is a step in the right direction from, like, the Propaganda deck, which had, like, a few good face cards, and then just regular normal pips all the way through on the numbers, and I'm like, really? So you can see here, the King, well, they all look like they're inspired of, like, ancient artwork, of Sanskrit artwork, two-dimensional, very flat. I'm almost surprised they didn't go for a one eye, head to the turn to the side, like the Egyptian king is holding a sword. There's probably some sort of meaning with that. I mean, the king always holds a sword, but look at the this one, the Joker. The sword is angled at him. There's probably something you're supposed to get out of that. The queen has her sword holstered. there's probably something you should be able to draw from that, but I don't know. So, first thing that I notice is that they fan really well right out of the deck, out of the box, and that's probably just because they're, you know, brand spanking new, and my hands are very clean. Someone pointed out that with kind of the white edges and the pips as inward as they are towards the center, that sometimes when you fan, you will actually not see the pips. I haven't noticed that really as a big problem. Let's take a look at it. It comes with a double-backed card for a gimmicked gaff trick. The stock is a little bit lighter than I think I prefer my cards. I've heard these are actually very durable and can stand up to heavy use. Here's a advertisement card. There's the Theory 11 symbol. The backs are nice. I prefer backs that actually break away from that kind of standard bicycle design. It's like they're all just taking off of the bicycle. You know, it's almost like you could just take off those backs and just replace them with any standard bicycle. You can actually see the two bicycle wheels here. All you need is an angel right there, and, you know, you would have that. But at least they broke it up a little bit with those pyramids. Interesting original art design, but I have seen so much better, actually. Art design that I really like it when they break away from tradition. You know, so yeah, then you got yourself a couple of jokers. You have a large and a small joker. I noticed that. Then they kind of have this nice, I don't know what the symbolism is, but the face is nice. It only has more, it expresses something. It expresses, what's the word? Rage. And they come in very much different colors. This one is kind of almost like a dark, olive drab army color. This one is a live blood red. So, another thing is the way that they handle. I'm not, again, a professional magician. I don't know anything about this damn stuff, but so far what I've noticed is that they flourish very well, and I haven't even broken these in. I generally notice that they'll lose their spring, but they'll gain more stability, and you can do that for farther the more you kind of break them in. So they fan really well. Let's do a riffle shuffle, just because. Again, there's not really much I can tell you. There's better reviews out there than mine, but I choose to do it anyway because I have some time to kill, and because, what could I lose? It's not really, I'm not going to put much effort into this review. This isn't going to be a standard review. That was a very, very satisfying riffle. I don't really do this too much for practicing the art of deception. I do this mostly as a form of fiddling. When you involve alcohol and me the person who must fiddle, me the person who must be doing something meticulous, it is not wise for butterfly knives or lighters, really. Lighters maybe. Butterfly knives, no. Firearms, no. To be introduced into my, into my fiddling repertoire while I am getting hammered, so I found that actually bringing a deck of cards to the bar was actually a really fun way to just fiddle and screw around while you were getting shit-faced. So, the Sentinels deck. Interesting artwork. The pips on the numbers aren't amazing. The design of the jack, or the court cards, is really well done. They have nice colors that are not vibrant, actually. In fact, it's almost kind of interesting. The deck seems drained of its color. It's more two-tone, it's more grayscale. And that in of itself is an interesting artistic expression. So, that's professional what I just did right there. Yeah. Let's just end this review in shame.